Hey Sagittarius, this is Miss Joan of Miss Joan's Tarot on the Hill, and I'm going to program these cards for the first week of March because we're talking about March. We're here for March. March is happening. This is the first week of March, and we are going to do the overview. I will program those cards next. But let's just do these. I have to have them in my hand. Now we'll go ahead and program these for the entire month of March and get the overview going on, right? Dun, dun, dun. The whole month of March, which is going to have 5 columns this month. And that means we're covering February 27th through April 2nd, 5 weeks entire. It's a lot of territory to go through, but it's going to be fine. We'll get through it. So now we're going to go ahead and lay these out in the 5 columns. They'll all face me. It doesn't change the meaning of the card. It just means I don't read them upside down. Let's turn the deck upside down. It never fails. Doesn't matter what's going on. Try and make it simpler. Anyway. So yes, the first row, of course, is where we are, what's going on that particular week. The second row is what's blocking us that particular week. And the third row is going to be what's your solution, right? What is the solution for that week? So, ta-da! Set those aside and let's get started, Sag. All right, so let's look at it. We have right here the 9 of Wands, which is telling me that you're on the outside of your ideas this particular week. This is the first week of March, March 27th, or February 27th through March 5th. People aren't going to follow along with your ideas right away. You are on the outside. People don't want to do what you want to do. That's something that happens. Don't be upset. The Ace of Wands is talking about how you have a new idea coming to you that is also going to be blocking. It is not going to be widely accepted, this new idea. So keep in mind there will be a lot of need to put things together. However, all of this comes with the Tower as the solution. How everything falling apart comes as a solution, I'm not sure. But, you know, maybe what you were trying to put together wasn't the right thing for you anyway. So rest assured, whatever you're working towards right now, it's just not going to work out. I want you to embrace that thought, brace yourself for it to fall apart, be prepared to do a little personal grief work, and let it be okay that it didn't work out, okay? We will go in depth with this at the end of this reading, but I want you to just sort of go with that for a minute because it gets better. The next week, we're talking about the 9 of Cups. And the 9 of Cups is telling us that your wishes are being fulfilled. So maybe you have overt wishes that are your ideas and your wishes are 2 different things maybe. And so your wishes are being fulfilled. Maybe you didn't want that thing to go through. Some part of you didn't want it to work because you didn't want to do it. So your wishes are being fulfilled. The thing that's blocking you in the second week, March 6th through the 12th, is the foundation of your heart. So be aware that your heart, the thing that fulfills your heart, may not be helping in the process. So take a deep breath and let your heart be where it is. Uh, but find that your solution is actually the Two of Cups, which means you're going to have a relationship person be part of your solution in this situation. So while you're not feeling particularly squared away in your heart center, you will have some TLC coming your way while your wishes are being fulfilled. So it's a little confusing, but we're going to get more information when we go in depth on this. So this is going to become more clear soon. Okay? So paying attention, we're going to go from the Two of Cups, and the next week, March 13th through the 19th, is starting with the Lovers. And that means that you have this relationship thing happening. Maybe it feels like it could be a new one, which is super cool. This might be you getting fully distracted by a relationship. Dun, dun, dun. So the Lover's showing up, telling me that you are in this situation, and it's pleasant and fabulous, and congratulations. And the area where you're blocked is your goals. Your goals and your dreams are being put on the back burner while you're messing around with this new person. Yeah, they can be distracting and all-consuming, but that's the beauty of that stuff, right? So then we come all the way down to your solution for this particular week, which is the 13th or the 19th, and the solution looks, unfortunately, like the Death card, which of course means that while this was a lovely fling, you may have to let it go in order to get going again. All right? Take a deep breath. I'm so sorry. That sucks. But yes, in order for you to get moving again, you might have to let go of that there relationship thought, okay? Now we're going to look at the following week, which is March 20th through the 26th. There will be an opportunity for you to give from your heart and open yourself up to sharing from your heart center. This sharing of your heart, that means a shirt off your back. This could be some charity work. This could be some way of benefiting somebody else, giving somebody a hand, doing a project. That will be beneficial to you. It will get your hands busy and out of trouble, and that's always a good thing for you. No offense. Aries has that too. And I'm an Aries. Page of Cups is here to talk about how this is the area where you're blocked. So you're not receiving the information that you need that will benefit your heart's center. Because of this help you're giving somebody else, you're not receiving the information you need. So keep an ear out anyway. Maybe you should turn your phone on, even turn the ringer on, okay? Maybe make it stop making that noise when it's making that noise. And not by telling it to be silent, but by picking it up, okay? Get the information you need. Receive the information. Make a choice to receive information. Check your email. Never know what's in there. The King of Swords is talking about your solution for this particular week, and we want you to, in fact, realize that there's going to be a male energy in the arena of this situation this week. It's going to be kind of bossy, and it's going to be a little overwhelming for you. But pay attention to it. It is part of the solution. So having somebody who's willing to make the decisions and give the direction might be an answer for you. This is good. Keep him in mind. Pay attention to who he is, what he's doing, and what he's got going on, and decide if that's maybe something you actually need. It's good. Hang in there, and we'll talk about the last week, which is March 27th through April 2nd. And you're going to start this week, or you're going to be in this week in a mental state of wanting to cocoon. You are going to want to curl up in a ball and hide. So that's interesting, right? Allow that to be a thought or a feeling, because the area where you're blocked is in fighting for control anyway. So if you can't be in control of the situation, cocooning might be the answer, right? So while you're in your cocoon and fighting for your control is going to block you anyway, uh, your solution is the foundation of your ideas. So if you can get into the creativity of the foundation of your ideas while you're in your cocoon, maybe formulate a plan, get some ideas going. That's cool, man. Do that. You know, there's something interesting that I'm getting from this reading that I'm just going to throw out there. Um, it may benefit you, Sag, to have hiring somebody else to do the stuff you don't want to do would be very helpful. So give that a thought. See if that fits. See how it feels when you say you've hired somebody to do the stuff you don't want to do. And yes, that might include them handing you a list of things that you must do to fulfill, to fill in the blanks for them so they can do the rest of what they got to do. Um, see how that feels. See what it does. I don't know. It just came to me. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and save all of this for later in other videos for the rest of the month. We will go in depth on all of these weeks. And now we're going to go in depth right here because we pre-programmed this deck for this week. Let's find out more information right now. So here we go. Let's see. We have the Nine of Wands. We were talking about you being on the outside with your ideas. There's this emotional female energy in the room while you're doing this, and it's more difficult for you to have your own ideas around this emotional person because this emotional person is sucking your energy. But you are physically working at this time. This is the Eight of Pentacles telling me that you have, in fact, you have a physical job, you're physically working, and you're physically doing the best you can with what you got going on. But this emotionally based feminine energy is sucking you dry of your ability to be yourself and your creative self, which is part of how you're on the outside with your ideas, because this person's so busy being emotional, they're not hearing your intellect. Okay? Breathe through that. The area where you're blocked, we're talking about the Ace of Wands, your ideas, your new idea. You're getting hung up on it. This is the Hanged Man telling me that you are not going to let go of this new idea. It's got you. And what's interesting is it represents a happy place, a happy space in your head and in your heart. This is the Ten of Cups telling me that this idea is about you wanting to be happy, really happy. You remember a time when you were happy. And all of this new idea here, I think we want to work with that. Okay? Let's nurture this new idea and see what we can do. Yes, it's blocking you. It's blocking you from doing whatever you got to do. But I still think you ought to write it down at least, right? Let's write it down. Don't get hung up on it, but write it down so you won't lose it. You can always come back to it, okay? And be prepared to think about it, because this is joy. I feel joy in this idea, and I don't want you to lose it, okay? So record the idea and save it, okay? Because the Tower is here, and it's telling me that all this work you're doing over here, everything's going to fall apart. Okay? Things aren't going to fall back together here at all. But you have the Ten of Swords and the Ten of Wands saying that you will be in complete control. You're going to need to be in complete control, and you're going to have to take your ideas and go on the road. So when everything falls apart, you're going to pick up all the pieces and you're going to run. Okay? So that's a lot going on in 1 week. You have many tens. Interesting. Three tens. Wands, Swords, and Cups. So we're recording the goal, and when things explode, we're taking off. Okay? So don't be alarmed. You will be in control. Things will fall apart, but maybe this thing that you're a little hung up on is actually going to be the new thing. Okay? So, Sag, this is exciting and new and fabulous, and I look forward to seeing what happens next week, the week of March 6th through the 12th. I'll talk to you then. Bye.